No Checkers, no Schultz, no Bo, no Mitchell, no DeGoey. Let's talk about it. So Craig McRae came out and said today in an interview with SEN, Andy and Andrew Gaze, amazing. I love. He goes for about an hour or maybe just talking. You can find the full chat on I think like the SEN's website on their Spotify or whatever. But Craig McRae, again, love him so much, right? God, please, if I could interview him even for half an hour, that would be. Oh, that would be amazing. Anyway, I just went on a bit of a daydream there. Craig McRae said that Brody Mychek tore his hamstring or strained his hamstring in the third quarter against Carlton. Will miss the next 3 to 4 weeks, but he kept playing. Didn't tell anyone about it or enough to sort of come off, and he kept playing. An absolute workhorse. Now, I talked about him in my lessons learned video. I said Brody Mychek needs help. He has been battered from pillar to post since 2018 when he came on as our forward. And now, finally, look, yes, it sucks that he's going to be out for up to a month. We don't really know the sort of extent of that yet. But his body gets a rest. Thank God, because every week he is just getting absolutely bashed by the best defender. And of course, we don't have a big forward line. And of course, all the sort of stuff is going to go on to Mychek. So you do feel bad for him. And now he's out for 3 to 4 weeks. We have to re-evaluate everything. As well as Brody Mychek being out, Bo McCreary is out with a concussion. Lockie Schultz is out with a suspension. Tom Mitchell has got appendicitis, so he won't come in, even though he missed the game against Carlton. Jordan DeGoey with that groin. There's rumours that it's osteitis pubis. I really don't know, but he won't play as well next week, and he probably won't play the week after, Craig McRae was saying. So effectively, we have to make 3 personnel changes and 4 if you include Lockie Sullivan as the sub. The loss of Mychek is absolutely huge, and not just because there's Clark running around if you can hear him. Not loss of Mychek, yeah, not just because he's our best forward. It's mainly because we don't have a player like Mychek in the reserves. Ash Johnson and Reef McInnes aren't number one full forwards like Brody Mychek is. Even though Brody Mychek, it's a stretch to call him a number one full forward. He's just been forced into that position. Nathan Kruger hasn't played all year and returned to the VFL. He's trying to get his match fitness up. He didn't have a lot of touches. I don't know if he kicked a goal or not. He would be the sort of next guy you would want in, but are you going to force someone who's been out with so many injuries back into the team like that? And who knows if he gets injured again, if he's not up to match fitness, they're not just going to chuck him into AFL contention, in my opinion anyway. They might. I doubt it, but we'll see. And the last guy, Dan McStay. Dan McStay is the biggest loss that we've had in a very, very, very long time. Our games would look very different with McStay in the team, and he probably won't be in the team till August, September, maybe back for finals. Hopefully back for finals. Hopefully a little bit earlier than finals. But so McStay's out of there. So you really only have Reef, Ash, and Kruger to pick out of. Who are you really picking out of those guys, right? Do you give Ash another chance? You might say, yeah, look, I'd love to give Ash another chance, but they're trolling Ash down back now. They want to be maybe a Nathan Murphy replacement. So could we just trial him, or not trial him, but could we push him up forward? But then you got to think he's going to get the number one best defender. Let's just say it was against, so he's going to get, who is it, McGovern or Barras. He's not going to have a lot of touches. He's not going to do that well against that. And, that causes a lot of, other things and, supporters to kind of have a go at him for not being, it's a XYZ for us. But then Reef is in the exact same boat. You can't bring Reef in to be in that big position as well. So I think what they might do is they'll either bring in Ash or Reef, but they'll also probably drop. What I would do is I would just drop Mason Cox in the forward line. That's it. Let Darcy Cameron ruck by himself. Let Mason Cox just absolutely rule that forward line. Don't take him out unless you kind of need him to. I dare say they won't probably flip Billy Frampton down forward. It could be something that they look at Jeremy Howe could be something that they look at as well. But let's just say, for all intensive purposes, they bring in Ash slash Reef, right? So that's your first player. You bring in Ash slash Reef. Now, for the Lockie Schultz, after getting banned for 1 week, I would bring in, or I would elevate Lockie Sullivan to play a full game, right? So now you got one in Ash versus Reef, Ash or Reef. You got two in Sullivan, who is your Schultz, your Schultz upgrade. So now you've got who replaces Bo, and then who replaces Sullivan on the bench. I would, I think, I think we got to give him another go. I think we have to give him a full game. I would bring in Finn McRae for a full game. I know he's not the sort of Bo McCreary player or the Lockie Schultz player, but you've got Sullivan to do that job. I'd bring in Finn, give him a full sort of thing. Bo was playing in the midfield. You can sort of change it up a little bit if you sort of need to. And then for the sub, I would love to see another debutant. I'd love to see Joe Richards go about it. Maybe even Joe Richards debuts on the ground as a sort of Bo replacement in that forward line, because he has been dominating in the VFL, playing really good VFL minutes, and then have Finn maybe as the sub. But if you didn't want Finn as a sub, you could maybe leave Lockie Sullivan as a sub, bring Finn in as that Schultz replacement. So there are a lot of things that we can do, but this is going to be a very big test for us. So the next couple of weeks we have West Coast, Adelaide, Bulldogs, and Freo, or West Coast, Adelaide, Freo, and then the Doggies. So it's a very big 4 weeks, very winnable 4 games, but doing it without Brody Mychek, we are going to see what our forward line mix looks like, because now, we're not going to have a super tall forward, a super good marking forward like Mychek is, and someone who's going to get that best defender. The smalls are going to need to go to work. And the thing I love about putting Mason Cox as that sort of big full forward is that even if he doesn't mark it, he's got to bring it to ground, and that's where Bobby, that's where Joe Richards, Jamie Elliott, that's where they're going to do their best work. I'd probably even, Will Hoskin-Elliott played as a high, or not a high half forward, as a tall forward. Was it against Port Adelaide? And he absolutely dominated. So I dare say they probably put him there. I'm very reluctant to switch Howe, Frampton, or Moore into that forward line. I wouldn't do it. If we had Nathan Murphy back, I would say put Moore into the forward line just for shits and giggles, just to see what it looks like. But off-season, these recruiters, even in the mid-season draft, we need to get a power forward. We need to get a big forward. Reef's not that big forward. Ash Johnson is not that number 1 full forward. Nathan Kruger, who knows if his body is going to hold up. I really hope it does, because he could be that second Foley to Myercheck and to a McStay. But we really need to pull out a war chest and just recruit someone. Like, imagine having a King brother in there. Imagine having Charlie Curnow. It would be. That's what we're just lacking. And I know we want a premiership without them, but it's for shit like this where we do need someone to replace Mychek. Mychek's 31 maybe, so he's going to need replacing. Who is that next guy in? We just don't have it. It's not Aiden Begg, it's not Oscar Steen, and that's to me where the recruiting department has failed a lot. Obviously, it's Dan McStay, and it sucks that he's done his ACL, and he'll come back and he'll hopefully be that guy. But in saying that, we still need another big forward. Who will it be? But look, who do you reckon is going to replace those 3 players? I know there's 5 out, but 3 out from the 22 that versed Carlton. Let me know your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shaggers. I'll see you later.